Hello everybody, and welcome to NorCal Slot Car Scene. Today is Tuesday Trivia Day, but we're going to change it up just a little bit. Today it's called Name That Car. You're going to try to identify a slot car by a very small piece of the picture. If you can identify the car from the first picture, you get 2 points. If it takes you 2 pictures to identify the car, you get 1 point. In this example, the car is a Fly Porsche 908. So let's get started. The first car races in the German Touring Car Championships, and it's not a Porsche or a BMW. The Mercedes-Benz AMG GT3 is the car. This particular car is made by NSR. Starting in the year 2000, this car won 5 of 6 24 Hours of Le Mans. Yes, it's the Audi R8. This one is from Slot.it. The company that entered this car is better known for Can-Am cars. This car is entered by Jim Hall's Chaparral cars of Midland, Texas, and driven by Vic Elford. This open-wheel car was entered by American Carl Haas and featured a Ford motor. NSR has replicated the Beatrice Lola Ford entered by Carl Haas in their generic F1 series. In the mid-70s, the Porsche RSR was dominant, but one car was able to match the pace of all the Porsches. Carrera has duplicated the Ford Capri RS 3100, which featured a double overhead cam Cosworth V6. Another Ford was never able to match the pace of the Porsche competition in the 917. The Ford P68 was one of the best-looking cars of the day, but it was not able to match the Porsche 917s. Here's a Golf-liveried NSR version. One of the most outlandish liveries ever seen in Group 5 is on this particular car. It's not a Porsche, or it's not a Ford Capri. This Racer Sideways features a fantasy orange livery. The real car was the same paint scheme, only in blue and white. Group C is one of my favorite classes of slot car racing. It's dominated by Porsche 956s and 962s, as well as a few other cars. This car is definitely easy to see on the track, and it's a Toyota 86C. Scott Sharp drove this car to a championship in 1991, and it's seen quite often at vintage races nowadays. Yes, it's a Scalextric Camaro that Scott Sharp drove to the 1991 TransAm Championship. The manufacture of this GT car is quite obvious, but what is the actual car? Before BMW raced the current M4 and the previous M6, their GT3 car was a Z4. I hope you enjoyed Name That Car. Next week, we're going to do Name That Slot Car part. Thanks for playing along. This is Jim Rose with NorCal Slot Car Scene.